Hey kids, and welcome to our podcast.
Where it's just two girls just talking about being bros. Honestly. Welcome back.
New week, new us.
New week, new us. But new year. New year, new us. Guys, it is officially 2021. We have all survived 2020. Woo!
We packed that away.
Party.
That's packed up in a box in the basement.
It's in the past. It's
canceled. Yeah.
I'm still very confused.
It's in our history books now.
It's in our history book, literally. Like, kids in the future will be learning about 2020. Like, that's not going away.
I do have to say, though, it is probably the last year that we will have, until, 2030, that we'll have a comfortable time saying our year. 2021 might be the worst experience of my life. It takes 3 years to say. I age every time. And it just, there's so much room for error, you know? Like, it's like 2021. Am I saying 20? Am I saying 21? Make up your mind.
Yeah,
you know?
It's very long.
Same with 2022. 2022. I aged. I'm 40.
It
just
takes a long time.
It makes me literally 40 years old. Yeah.
But, I'll take it.
Could you imagine? You're like a time traveler, and it's like, where are you from? But, you have to talk quick, and it's like, where are you from? I'm actually from 2020. They're going to fall asleep. They're not going to believe you.
That's
They're going to bed.
20,
it's ridiculous.
21. That's 5 syllables. That's a lot, but I'll take saying 5 syllables over having to relive 2020 again, you know? There's a lot of...
hey, if we survived it, it's a pretty...
You're not wrong. I have a lot of hope for this year. I obviously am realistic. I think a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people are like, 2021, everything's going to go back to normal, life's going to be back to normal. Obviously, it's not going back to normal this year, but I don't think it can get worse than 2020, and I think it can go uphill if everyone does their part, and I think there's a lot of hope for 2021. It won't be normal again, but it will be better than 2020, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I can see
my
that.
overall feeling.
But
I have a good feeling about 2021. I have a good feeling. Things are gonna kick back. Go.
You can't deny, though, we did have a pretty good 2020.
That's what I was saying.
Besides that thing, I mean, personally, for our business.
Besides the giant pandemic that, took over the world, changed life forever. There's a lot of, and I was actually thinking about this last night. So one thing that has carried over 2021 is my horrendous sleeping schedule. What it is currently, it's a disaster, an absolute disaster, and I also have zero tolerance for caffeine. I knew this before, that, I can't drink caffeine past a certain point, but, I really cannot drink caffeine past a certain point. And everything's a disaster. But
amateur.
Hey, that's a video for our channel. It's me seeing what are those people analyze your sleep.
Sleep specialists?
Yeah. You go, hey, would
it's
you
the
watch?
Weirdest thing.
Also, those things confuse me so much because you go they watch you sleep. Obviously I'm not gonna be able to sleep if someone's watching me. But anyways, I don't know how they work.
Well, you literally have to stay up 24 hours, I'm pretty sure, before you do it. Because they don't monitor you at night. They monitor you during the day, I'm pretty sure.
But how does that help?
My brother did one of these. I should know more about it.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about this. Yeah, I was like, I should do it, but maybe in the future. Stay tuned. If you want a video out of that, let me know. Crazy ideas. Anyways, but yeah, so in my attempt to fall asleep last night, I was kind of, because Roxanne has some fun questions for us later that are a fun wrap up of 2021. And I was kind of thinking of 2020, my bad. Wow. That year is so, I've ever just taken it out of my memory. But, I was thinking about 2020, and I was, thinking of, the overall highs and lows. And I pretty much, there's a lot of bad things that happen, but there's a lot of, this is, a really positive mindset, but there's, a lot of positive sides to all the bad things that happen, if that makes sense. So I kind of thought of, 4 just general things in general, and Roxanne, you can... I think we pretty much feel the same things or agree with this, but yeah, pipe in anytime.
Are you saying that we're kindred spirits?
Yes, I'll give you that. Oh my god, I literally think I was up till 6 a.m. thinking about things yesterday, and I went to bed at like 2.
You're crazy.
Because I went through so many things. Because I was also thinking, I'm going so off tangent, sorry. But I was just also thinking about, I don't know, I somehow got in the mindset of like thinking about our podcast. And then I just remembered how like when our dance teacher found out about it, she was like, yeah, I've never heard you speak that much, and how that's always like the go-to thing of people who listen to our podcast and know me in real life, but people I'm not that close with, they're always shocked like when they find out about it. And I was thinking about that, and then I remember how you brought the comment how like to you that's so weird because like you see like the way I am with you, like that's like the way I am in the podcast is like the way I am with you. This is who you are to me. And I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure you're the only person who I've been able to be like exactly who I am, like talk no matter, just right off the bat. Like everyone else takes me time to like warm up, but like I think the moment I met you, like right off the bat, I was like, you're the only person I've ever been able to like just, I don't know how to explain it, like just talk.
Yeah. And it's the weirdest thing, like, realistically, like, if you think about it, like, especially back in the day, like, now we're still pretty different.
Yeah.
But if you really think back to who we were in grade 5, I would never imagine that I would become best friends with you, and you would be friends with me. We were complete opposites. I was the crazy, like, kid bouncing off the walls, and Victor was just, like, the quiet kid, you know, like, doing her own thing.
Yeah.
But here we are.
I know, it's crazy.
Literally, wait, okay, so grade 5... How many years is that? It's almost...
It's past... It's 11 now, isn't it not? 5 to 6.
It's, if not 12. Hold on.
But technically it wasn't like... It was the middle of grade 5. Which actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, 11.
Yeah, damn.
That's crazy.
Feels like yesterday. But also 40
Literally.
Years. Like, I'm only 21, 22 in 8 days. But I'm only 21, but, like, it feels like I've known you for 40 years, if that makes sense. You feel that?
It does, yeah. Like, literally, it just feels like we were friends forever, which we were.
Oh, but
Speaking of your birthday...
Oh, yes.
Or, sorry, should I say my half-birthday?
Oh, yeah,
I think that's another weird thing about our friendship is the fact that we're born 6 months apart to the day.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, guys, that's weird. Like, that's freaking weird.
That's why we're kindred spirits.
What were you gonna say?
No, what were you gonna say with my birthday? I'm excited.
Oh, I was just gonna talk about my half birthday. So guys, I know we're gonna make this big deal about Victory's birthday coming up, but I don't know, maybe think about me for a second.
Yeah, please.
Think about Roxanne.
Please remember.
Think about my birthday.
She's 6 months away from 23, guys. That's more important.
Yeah. So, I hate.
I can't believe I'm gonna be 22. That's wow. We're getting old. What the frick?
So some of us have already been 22 for
almost 6 months.
How many months? I don't even know.
Almost 6.
Don't even ask me. Almost 28 days 8 days until 6 months of being 22.
Crazy.
It's the weirdest thing.
Crazy. Oh, I can finally sing Taylor Swift. I don't know about you. I'm feeling 22. If that's my Instagram caption, delete my profile, delete this channel, and never speak to me again. Don't worry, that won't be my Instagram caption.
I will literally break your phone. Yeah. I will literally steal your phone and break it.
I would never. Don't worry, guys. I have a little bit more. I have a little bit more sense. Sorry, but back to the wrap up of 2020, or whatever I'm calling it, the highs and lows. There we go. And speaking of friendships, I feel like one of the downsides of obviously the pandemic was like that initial just being cut off from like everyone. You know, I remember that was so weird. Me and, like, just for an example, like me and Roxanne, I think we saw each other like minimum once a week. Like, honestly, we probably saw each other 2 to 3 times a week usually, at minimum, before the pandemic, in person, sorry. And just to go from like that to like 0, like we didn't see each other in person for like I think 3 months when it first started, which was insane. Right? It was like March 8. I don't think we saw each other till June when we did the aerials video. Actually, we started going on walks before that, but then that's when we planned the aerials video. Yeah. Right?
Because I think I came over one time. Well, no, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't come over. Oh. I hung outside her house.
Yeah, that's true. But even then,
we saw each other.
Yeah, but even then, I think it took like a month or 2 before we did that because it was still like the winter, right?
Yeah. If I remember. Yeah. Plus, us also school was going crazy. Like school was just exploding at that point, so we were both like who knows what's gonna happen? So we were just like, okay.
It was so crazy, and not even that too, but like obviously not being in person in school, not seeing family like in person, like that was really weird for me because like my dad's side's family, like we're all really close, and we literally get together at minimum once a month for someone's birthday or some kind of holiday or whatever, right? So it was so weird just not seeing my family. And, like, I think that was a downside of the thing. But then the upside to that, I think, is, like, you know, that's, what's that saying? Like, you don't appreciate something till it's gone or whatever. But, like, you know, not getting that in-person interaction made you, well, at least for me, it made me really appreciate, you know, my family and friends more, I guess you can say. It's cute.
She's obsessed
and, like,
with me.
Honestly...
But to be fair, like, we did have a little bit of practice, me and you, because, like, I used to go, like, to my family business or whatever for, like, months. And, like, there would be times where, like, I wouldn't come back for, like, a whole month sometimes to the city. Or even, like, if I did come to the city, I wouldn't have time to see her. So it's like, you have to take that in. Like, we've been doing that for years. We've been doing LD, long distance, for years. So, I mean, we'll take it.
So... I mean, it was definitely
but like not being
some than others, but
yeah,
just able to see people regularly, like that was really weird. But then also, like, I don't know if you feel the same way too, but like I don't know how to explain this, but like in a weird way, even though I've like hardly, like, compare it to previous years, I've hardly seen like all my like closest friends, like my little, like the group. I somehow feel like in a way I feel more connected to them than ever, if that makes sense, like more closer.
Yeah.
Like this, like that makes sense. Like it's weird because I have, this year's been the least I've seen, you know, all my core friends, but I feel like really closer to them than ever, which I don't know.
No, yeah, I agree with that. Like even with like for example, like my family too. It's like when we were all like home and stuff or whatever, like we were all like really close. You know, we saw each other all the time, all this stuff, and then like obviously my family went back to the family business, so I didn't see them for like a really long time. And then, like, coming back, and it's, like, seeing my sister, it's, like, literally picked up where we left off, like, you know, like, we're obsessed with each other again, like, she's here right now, actually, but, yeah, like, it's, like, we're obsessed, you know, it's kind of, like, it doesn't feel like, kind of, like, the distance separated us, if it kind of feels, like, kind of, like, it's that much nicer seeing her.
Wow. Beautiful.
Hello? Yeah, I'm busy. Yeah, I'm on the air.
Live audience.
My favorite part is that I literally told him ahead of time. That's in the deep, by the way, my brother. Check him out on Baked and Cooked. I literally told him beforehand that I'm going to record. But
it's literally my family. Like, I'm just giving it. It's been 13 minutes so far. I'm give another like 10 minutes before everyone just comes crashing down here, making noise. And literally in the last one, like the handyman came over. He's like drilling in the background. I'm like, oh my god, guys, give me 1 hour of peace. But
literally though, like I feel like my dad's gonna come in too, because just if he doesn't see me for like it. I don't know if they can hear him, but he's screeching outside my door.
I hear it.
Singing, you hear it? Like literally, I need a restraining order against this kid, like. But, like, my dad, like, it's someone's, like, if he doesn't realize that he hasn't seen one of us in, like, an hour, he's gonna be like, where is this kid of mine? And then he's gonna come looking and watch, and this is gonna be impossible to explain.
We're gonna see everyone of Roxanne's family at one point in this podcast. How exciting. Yeah. Stay tuned. But so that was like one thing, like high and low, I feel like. Another high and low is like, I'll leave this one, also another, like, I feel like another, also to add to that one is that, you know, so many people's loved ones obviously got affected by COVID and everything, but, you know, I think we're both very grateful that everyone's healthy and doing okay, so that's another thing I'm so grateful for. So, you know, there's always someone that has it worse than you, so, you know. Yeah, like, for real. Like, it's, like, not seeing people. I was like, but the thing is, at the end of the day, I can still either see them, like, virtually or one day. But it's, like, if something happened to, like, a loved one of mine, like, that would be, like... Exactly. You know? Like, this was the first year, and like my dad was saying, because, well, obviously before I was born, even my family got together for Christmas. He was, like, the first time in, like, 40 years that, like, our whole family hasn't been together. And, you know, we were, like, thinking... My grandparents, they were home alone as well, and then, like, we were like, do we, like, bring them over to our house, do we go see them? And you're like, you know what, it's better that we spend one Christmas away from each other and have them for many more after that, you know? Yeah. So, yeah.
Exactly. Like, that's...
It's like a sacrifice.
Yeah, that's exactly the thing.
It's worth it in the long run. And I wish that, you know, everyone would see it that way. Which kind of leads me into my next point, is that I think this pandemic has we'll go the downside first, then we'll go to the positive. But the downside is that it's brought up the worst in humans. Like, just, like, seeing how selfish people are. It's just true. It's so disgusting. Like... Yeah. It's like, one of the things that I saw this okay, sorry, you go first.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's literally ridiculous, like, seeing all these things, and it's like, and the thing is, it's like, it's the smallest things that can make a huge difference, you know, like, that's the thing that makes no sense. It's different if it's like, I don't know, like, they're asking you, I don't know, it's like, if it's something like, asking something big of you, then it's like, okay, I understand, but it's kind of like, you know, as simple as, like, wearing a mask, like, they can't even do it, you know, like,
home, like,
that's crazy.
Oh, just one thing, I don't want to talk too much about it, but, like, did you see recently that, like, there's a bunch of TikTokers in the Bahamas right now on vacation? Like, that...
Yo, I saw that.
Like, it's so frustrating. Look, I understand people that still need to travel for work. I get it. That it's essential. You need to make money. I get it. Those TikTokers, they're not going to Bahamas for work. They're lucky enough to have a job where they can easily stay home and make so much money.
Literally.
Why are you, like... Literally. It's just, I don't get it. I don't get how their brains work, that... Like, they're so privileged that they can't see that that's not okay to do right now. Like, come on. Like, what good excuse are you gonna give? Like...
Yeah. And the whole thing is kind of like, you plan a trip to the Bahamas. You know, you plan this out. You know, it's not just like, for example, okay, it's different. Like, okay, like, they hung out in groups too, like, all the time or whatever, which is, like, that's kind of planned too. But it's like, okay, hang out with a friend, whatever, you know, like, that's a different story. But you literally sat down with a bunch of people, thought this out, bought tickets, went, like, hello?
And they're also, like, hiding it like they're not there. Like, just freaking own up to it. Don't pretend that you're not there.
Some of them are hiding it and some aren't. That's the interesting part, too, because it's, like, clearly certain people know they're gonna get flack for it.
Yeah.
And then the other people just don't care that they're gonna get flack for it.
I was so annoyed.
So it's like that whole thing too. Like it's ridiculous.
Like, things like that just make me so mad. Like, it's so easy. For you to stay home and like, do your job. Like,
and I understand that, like, okay, like, a lot of tourism, like, Bahamas, like, requires tourism. Like, I was reading this thing where it's like, okay, you know, traveling is necessary. But not to be rude, but didn't, you know, I don't know, one of them give money to dance schools around the country? Could you maybe not have given it to these resorts that you care so much about? Yeah. Maybe how they're doing their $300,000 giveaway from to their followers. Maybe also give to the, like, healthcare workers or something, you know, like...
Yeah. There's other ways around it than going on vacation, you know?
Yeah.
When there's a pandemic.
And it's like during holidays, it's not holidays, celebration time, like New Year's, it's like, oh, you guys get to be with your close friends. Well, it's like, you know what? Some people don't have that. Some people don't even have family to spend time. Like, you know, it's like, I'm lucky, like, I'm not talking about extended family. I'm talking about, like, I was lucky enough to have my family with me on New Year's Eve. New Year's, whatever. Some people don't even have that. Some people they live alone, or it's just, like, them and maybe, like, a roommate, you know, maybe they're not close. You know what I'm saying? It's just, like, I just don't think they see how much privilege they have. No.
It's so frustrating.
It's ridiculous.
Like, what? Like, you guys see each other regardless. It's all over YouTube. Like, why do you need to go party it up in the friggin' Bahamas? Like, you're already seeing each other anyway. Just see each other at your own house. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you're literally you're not walking through 10 feet of snow. You weren't working your butt off to the bone the entire pandemic, and you're like, you know what, I need a break. It's like, you posting about your break still gets you money. So it's like, it's still your job. Like, I don't know. I saw that and I was like...
I was so annoyed.
I literally unfollowed them. I was like...
Especially, I don't know, most of them I don't really know and care about, but I was so... Yeah. Like, I was hurt with Charlie. Like, I feel like I've like, had Charlie's back. I've always said, like, I think she's such a great influence for, like, young kids and everything. And I know people make mistakes or whatever, but, like, this is, like, just pure stupidity. Like, you're someone who preached, you know, wear your mask, stay home. It's so hypocritical to be doing that. And, like I don't know, just that one hurt. That one stung, because, like, even that whole, like, chicken nugget fiasco situation, I, like, had her back. I was like, you know, she's a kid. Like, everyone makes these comments every day.
They're overreacting.
Like, this, I was like, ow, come on.
And the thing is, too, even before the Bahamas trip, it's like they were already stirring trouble because of, first of all, it's like, okay, they get tested every day, but literally people are saying that, like, testing kits are not unlimited in America, especially. And the thing is, I completely forgot that it's America. You have to pay to get tested. People don't have the access to even get, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's ridiculous. Like, and like that, it's like, oh, like, they're all hanging out in groups, you know, filming fun videos, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, people need to get tested. You know, like, need to get tested.
It's such, like,
you really don't.
Thing. Yeah.
And they have huge homes. They have pools. They have it all.
Like, yeah.
You know, like...
Like, if regular people are making sacrifices not to see their family and friends, I think you guys can afford to. Like...
And not to be rude, the videos they've been producing aren't even that good. Like, you know, like, they're not... It's not of something that's, like, okay, drop everything you're doing and go film this. It's like...
They can say it's, like, it's for work or whatever, which it is work. But, like, you can do it. They're all in positions where they don't need to be all together to do work.
And even, like, did you see the thing where it's, like, Tom Cruise, like, yelled at which, like, I'm not saying that, like, it's a good thing that he yelled at people, but, like, there's two people on set, like, they're not actors, they were working on the set, they weren't wearing their masks, and they were standing really close to each other, and he got, like, upset because he was kind of like, well, like, he's a big movie star or whatever, and he said kind of like the movie industry can suffer really bad from, like, it already has suffered,
like, it can get shut down again
from the pandemic,
easily.
But exactly, and he's saying that it puts so many people out of jobs because production teams are huge, like, they're massive, and if they don't have jobs, like, you can't go on set, you don't have a job, which is, like, and that's, like, 90% of Hollywood, you know, like, literally, what are you gonna do if you can't be on set? So there's that too, but I mean, that was, like, it's so funny, though, because, so like, everyone's, like, commenting on, like, Charlie's, she posted, like, one TikTok while she was there or whatever, and everyone's just, like, commenting, they're, like, own up to, like, kind of, like, hiding from it isn't okay.
Yeah.
Like, doing it is okay, but it's, like, kind of, like...
Own up to it.
We're not stupid. Yeah. You know, it's kind of, like, do you really think we don't know you're there? Yeah. Like, is that a real thing? Did they really think they were gonna get away with... That's the thing that bothers me, too. If you really don't think you're doing anything wrong, why aren't you posting about it?
Yeah.
It's like you're going on a walk in the park. Why aren't you posting?
Exactly.
Why aren't you posting about it? Why are you literally hiding?
That they're gonna get flack, so just don't do it in the first place. Not that hard. Not that hard. But maybe it is. Maybe it's really hard not to have a yearly Bahamas trip. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, you know, I'm not in that life.
Especially after pulling in millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like,
whatever. Anyways. So that's, the downside of, you know, humans. But I also think on the positive side, there was, like, a huge, like, what's that? Social justice change. A whole huge social change this year, which I don't think can't go unrecognized. And it was really, like, literally the whole world came together. So, yeah, they have the downside of, you know, people being really selfish. But it is possible that people can come together for a cause of the greater good, which we all saw in June with the Black Lives Matter movement. And I hope that it's not something that just stays in June. You know, it should be ongoing and continuing. Yeah. Should always be furthering education. Exactly. But I know, at least for me, like, that was a huge eye-opening change. Like, I never realized, I guess, how to say, like, I was so comfortable in, like, my privilege, I guess.
It was like a wake-up call.
Yeah. I was so comfortable just living in my privilege. I never realized, like, how much I didn't know. And I think that was, like, a huge eye-opening for both of us, too. And, you know, we were really, like, you know, doing our best to learn more. What was that quote? You know, it's a privilege to educate yourself about,
to be able to learn about racism
and not experience it. And, like, that, I was like, that is so true. Why has it taken me so long? And, you know, that's a huge change I made with myself and both of us. And, you know, that's another huge change that we were like, okay, we have a platform. Yeah, it might be small, but we can use it, like, even if it reaches one person, we should be using it for good and stuff like that. And that's like a huge change I made in my life, you know?
Yeah, and we don't even just post it on, like, their True Girls Being Bros stuff. Like, anybody who knows us personally, like, they, like, we always post this stuff personally, too, because it's, like, that's literally what we believe in.
Yeah, like...
You know, it's, like...
It's more than just, like, a...
There's so many...
Oh, sorry, continue.
Yeah, it's not, like, I could just see people, like, you know, just posting it because it's, like, oh, that's what's expected of them to do, but it's, like...
It's more than that. It's not even, like, a political issue, it's literally a humanitarian issue. That's the right word, right?
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
But yeah, that's another thing that huge, I think a really positive change happened in the world, and even just for me personally, like, I'm still continuing to read a bunch of things and learn a bunch of things. And also, if anyone's interested, back in June, I put together an Excel document, and I just linked a bunch of Canadian and Toronto organizations.
Organizations that support the Black Lives Matter movement and other minority groups. And
minority groups. So, because in Canada, obviously, the Indigenous relations we have is a huge issue. So I have that, and then a page in that is dedicated to Black-owned and Indigenous-owned restaurants and businesses that we've both, like, tried. So, if anyone has any recommendations, also let us know. But yeah, that's in the link in the descriptions, in all our videos. So that's another thing if anyone's interested. But yeah, so that overall I think is a really positive thing that happened in 2020, and hopefully that energy carries into 2021 and people just don't forget about it and sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, exactly.
And then finally, like, one of the last things, or the second last, and I think another thing, just in, like, relation to, like, learning about that stuff, I think it was a big year for, like, personal growth and change and just learning a lot. I think a lot of people had time that they didn't have before ever, just to think about things. So I think that was, like, and I think I was listening to another podcast the other day, Sweet Boys, if anyone wants to listen to that, then recommend, with Andrew and Garrett. You remember the guy that filmed for Shane Dawson? He has a podcast with Garrett. I don't know if he was in a couple of Shane's videos, and I love them both. They're great. Yeah. And, like, they were kind of talking about how, like, 2020, like, was, like, the year where, like, people kind of thought about themselves, and they're like, 2021 is hopefully where you, like, kind of, like, where you, like, a thing, like, in 2020 you thought about, like, your aspirations, your goals, kind of like where you want to go in life, but 2021 is the year you put that into action. You do the things that you know you're too scared to do, or you thought about doing, and I was like, oh, I like that. Let's take that energy. Yeah. But the final thing I wanted to say was, obviously 2020, you know, a lot of people lost jobs and all that things, myself included. I had a job lined up that I was working in, and then I was supposed to have it till, like, fall. Obviously I lost that, this is more specific to me, but the positive of losing a job is that it did open up time, and I had a lot more time to edit videos and to put in our channel, which leads me to my final point. Something really positive I think that came out of 2021 is 2020. Oh my god, I'm saying these years interchangeably now. Was that me and Roxanne, we put some time, we put some energy into this channel, this brand, this podcast, and I think we've reaped some results. They may be small, but I'll take it, you know. Yeah, this is because, like, literally we started posting regularly, so, like, every Thursday since July. So, like, before that we didn't post. We started posting video podcasts, but we didn't really post every Thursday, and I did a video here and there. But we started consistently posting in July, and I think we've really found our groove, kind of built a little bit of a small community so far, and I don't know, I'm excited to see where it goes. Me too. So yeah, we just want to give a shout out to literally all of you guys. Definitely. Thank you for subscribing. Like, our growth is insane. Like, I'm so grateful. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. We had literally, I don't know if I have a screenshot from above July, but I know in July we had 24 subscribers. Yeah. And now I think it was the 24th too, so. Yeah. That's pretty cool. It's crazy. And not even just that, it's like we literally had, like, people, like, enjoy our videos, you know, like, leave comments about how, like, they enjoy our stuff, and I think that was cool too, you know. They really reminded us. Feels good. Because it's like sometimes, like, I think to myself, it's like this is fun for us to do, like, for ourselves, but it's like
I forget sometimes that other people might enjoy it too, so
yeah,
it was definitely a nice reminder. We also got really our first dislike, which was nice.
We got many dislikes now. People hate our yoga video. Side note.
Yo, we literally got our first hate comment too.
Yeah, exciting, guys.
Welcome to 2020, but we're legit now.
Yeah, our comment was we're very boring.
That's what.
So it's really fun. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that for us.
And we have much to learn.
Much
was too good.
But hey,
yeah,
we take it. We take.
Guess our yoga careers aren't taking off.
But yeah. So guess we're not meant to be yogis. That's okay.
No.
But yeah, I think I think we found a bit of a groove, and I'm really excited to see where this channel continues to head this year. I'm excited.
Yeah. Stay tuned on our channel.
Yeah. Make sure to subscribe right now, and
up.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter and YouTube, Twitter and Instagram. Oh my God, I can't speak today. But yeah, that was the 2021 wrap up. Oh my God, I say it interchangeably. That was the 2020 wrap up that I thought in my bed at probably 5 a.m. So there's that.
Now, so I've prepared some fun questions. Okay, some of them are boring, but some of them are kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
They're different.
We'll make them all fun.
Yeah, I tried to do kind of like about 2020, to keep on theme with our like new year, whatever. But we'll excuse it if it's horrible.
Okay.
But okay.
I'm excited.
You ready?
I am. I'm really bad at thinking on the spot too, guys. See, the thing is gonna be, I'm gonna answer this now, and then again tonight at 5 a.m. when I'm trying to sleep, I'm gonna think of all the things I would have rather said. So stay tuned for the next podcast where I change my answers. No, but even if you gave me a day in advance, I'd need like a month in advance, and then I'd still regret what I said.
A year.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start off easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one's easy. Did 2020 bring us closer, like farther apart, or like about the same? Like our relationship. What do you think?
I'd say closer. If that's even possible.
Closer?
It's already close enough. But
literally, we may be physically further apart, but emotionally
no, I would
closer.
say definitely closer.
I agree.
In what I said earlier, like the thing of like appreciating everyone, like I appreciate you 20 times more. Like I appreciate the time we have together when we spend it together, because I'm like, it's rare now that we spend in person. So I feel like,
literally.
I would say
back in the day it was a dime a dozen. I'll never forget, in second year, I for some reason was like over at your house like every single day, and literally I remember you saying that like your mom asked like, does she not have any school? And it's like, that's when I was dying at school, and that's why I was like, please,
so she's over every day.
Let's hang out.
No, I'd say definitely closer. And even just doing all the fun things we did with our channel, like it's so much fun. And I mean physically closer, the yoga challenge.
That was hilarious. Oh my gosh. It's so true though. Like when you were sprawled on my back like that, I was like, I literally have never felt this much body surface of you in our entire life.
Yeah.
But like literally with with our friendship though, I feel like every year it just gets stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's ever a year that like we were like we might break up.
Yeah.
Never. So you're stuck with me now.
Darn.
At least for 2021.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so favorite song that came out of 2020. So like not that you discovered, but like that was produced in 2020.
See, the thing is that this is another amazing year for music, because like I feel like so many artists were supposed to go on tour and weren't expecting this, obviously. So then they had a lot more free time and created music that wouldn't have been created if this didn't happen to begin with. So I think it was a great year for music. Oh my gosh. Okay, give me a second. Do you have one? Let me open up my Spotify. I think I know one off the bat. But yeah, you go.
I'll answer mine in the meantime.
Yeah.
Mine would probably be Dynamite. It was just like such a fun song.
Yes.
It like I just loved it. Like it's like every time I hear it, it just brings me so much joy, and it was like it came out like during the summer when it was kind of like the restrictions were loosening up, so it's kind of like that's when we saw each other more, and like so it's just like good vibes all around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say Dynamite.
It was like kind of like freedom.
Yeah.
Wait, let me check.
Yeah.
I think my favorite. Oh, there's a lot of good music, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I'm pretty sure this came out early 2020. Let me just check. That it wasn't that I discovered it like in 2020 and it didn't come out, but I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah, it came out. Okay. No, my 2020. Oh man, I was thinking of this song a lot. It's Candy by oh my gosh, I think his name's pronounced Baekhyun, but oh my god, it's a more a K-R&B song, K-pop K-R&B song. That song, holy smokes, I think it's one of my favorite songs of all time. Not even of 2020, but I didn't know he made solo music, and I went and checked it out, and I was like, wow, this guy's my vibe. And that song specifically, I listened to on repeat, and especially this past December for it, like it just comes back. But also a huge shout to Dynamite, and even the whole B album by BTS that they made. They like kind of produced it themselves in like the pandemic. Like that wasn't supposed to happen. Like they were supposed to be on tour, but I think that song, like that whole album, was a huge show as well.
I like that. I like it. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Favorite purchase of 2020. So anything. I'm talking about dish. I'm talking about shampoo. I'm talking about. That's all I can think of. Maybe a tennis ball.
Ooh, this is
who knows?
This is hard. I'm trying to think of what I bought. Bought a lot in those early days of quarantine. What did I get that I really like? I'm trying to think. I did get this laptop, but that was more of like a depressing buy because I broke my other one that was perfectly fine. I spilled my matcha latte on. So I wouldn't say this was my favorite purchase because it could have been avoided, but I do love my laptop. But what did I buy? Oh my god, this is hard.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to think too. I think I have an idea, but
wow, this is so difficult. I think I have one kind of like a generalized one. I bought a lot of like clothes that I like, but like specifically like I usually am like I feel like I've stepped up my fashion game. It was like I bought like a couple of like pieces, like statement pieces. I think that I really enjoy this year, and because I feel like that's kind of like back the year previous to this, I think, and the year before that, I bought just a lot of things that like irrationally and like just fast and like whatever, and then I realized I actually don't like them. But like this year I was like, oh, I really want to buy specific like pieces that like I really like. I think I'll probably think of something after this, but I guess that's something I'll save for now.
So for me, it would probably have to like. So here's I was thinking of. I was gonna say my what are they called? The Blundstone boots.
Oh yes.
Because that was like the first time that I really invested in boots. Most expensive thing in my freaking entire wardrobe. But I'm mistaken. I'm sorely mistaken. It is definitely my charging case for my phone because my phone is just gives out sometimes, and without that, like the battery's so bad, and like my phone is like kind of like it's not the greatest either. So it's like instead of paying like $600 for like another phone, I spent like $15 on a new case, and it gets me through the day. So I mean, hey,
that's a good
I'll
one.
take
That's
it.
a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna make. I'm gonna go through like literally my credit card history after this and see like what's one purchase that I really bought. I can't think of something specific.
Okay. Okay, this one. Okay. One memory that you can't believe is from 2020.
Oh, this is a good one.
Like something that like you think about and you're like, I cannot believe this happened this year.
Oh, this is good. I actually feel like I thought about this a couple of days ago, and I was like, honestly, I feel like all of March, like the whole Tiger King, was this year, and like was it Tiger King? I don't even remember the name. It feels like years ago.
Yeah, Tiger King.
Tiger King that month, and also this was the same. Oh, this is what I thought. Because I remember Tiger King, and I was like, holy smokes, that was this year. And then I remembered you and Nadia, we all Netflix partied Too Hot to Handle. That was this year. Like, that feels like years ago, like, that whole drama, like, those people, and, like, I was like, whoa, that feels like years ago. That's something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It does not feel like that was 2020.
I'm trying to think for what would it be for me. One thing I can't believe was 2020. I'm trying to think. I guess. Oh no, I didn't faint this year. I fainted 2 years ago. Why did I think I fainted?
What did we?
Because here's the thing. Second semester was just, like, weird the entire time. But I guess, like, maybe... Okay. Oh, gosh, sorry. I'm all over the place. Okay, I'd probably say one memory that I cannot believe is from 2020 is filming Roxanne's Beauty Saloon episode 1.
Oh, true.
That, for some reason, literally just that feels, like, so far removed from me. Everything else, like, I'm thinking about, I was kind of like, okay, I get I can remember it, but, like, that specific video feels so far removed. I cannot tell you why, but I think it's maybe because I've seen it so many times that my brain's like, okay, it must have happened so long ago.
Yeah.
Because it's been played so long in your mind. So, I think it could be that.
Side note, did we do anything for Yerena's birthday? Like, in person? Because that would have been in person. Like, I can't even remember. I think we did.
Holy smokes, wait, let's think.
Like,
I can't even check my memories.
This feels like years ago. Because it would have been in January. I didn't have a birthday party.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Me, you, and Nadia went to tea on my birthday last year. IRL. Holy smokes.
Oh my god.
You guys came after class?
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Wow.
I think we did.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna kill me. I'm pretty sure. I remember doing something for Yerena, but I don't remember what. Maybe we didn't. Maybe I'm thinking the year before. But I feel like for some reason, I feel like we did. Like, that was one of the last events that we all saw each other in person.
Yeah. Maybe there wasn't anything. Whoa.
That's weird too
that we can't remember.
The, like, literally in-person thing. Like,
Jeez.
I can't even remember what it feels like. So I thought about this the other day because I haven't been in school, like, on my campus, literally since February or March, beginning of March, right? And I was like, oh, I don't even remember how it feels like to be, like, an on-campus student. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's weird.
Wow. I'm gonna look that up
Okay.
after. Cause...
Okay, so there's that. So that was one memory that you can't believe didn't happen in 2020, sorry. Now, favorite moment of 2020.
Oh, gosh. I think I've...
Or, like, memory.
I have a lot. I don't know.
Pick one that just makes your heart feel whack.
I'm gonna say this. But, like, I don't want it to, like, be a like, numbers... I'm gonna say this, but I'll explain some after. I think I'm gonna say, like, when our Roxanne's Beauty Saloon took off, and, like, it became, like, a hit. And I don't want to be like, it's numbers aren't important. At the end of the day, what's important is that you're making content that you love, and I think that's why that was just so cool that we finally got, like, some kind of traction, is because when we hit that, like, spark of, like, what we want to do with this channel, like, it just felt so good to, like, seeing it being received well the way we think it's perceived, you know? Like, we're making content that we love. We're at a point, like, where we love doing what we do. We love making it, and just to see that being so well received by an audience was, like, such a cool feeling. Like, it was, and, like, all the hard work we put into it, all the money, you know, we've spent and not made. And just to see, like, oh, like, even though it's so small, and, like, it's not about numbers at the end of the day, but, like, just to see, like, those numbers that we've, like, never experienced before, it was, like, just such a cool thing.
Yeah.
I think. That was really cool.
Gosh, that was really cool, yeah. Okay, side note, before I answer this question, I want to go back to one memory that I can't believe happened in 2020. Baked premiere. That's I completely forgot about that.
So true. Holy smokes, yeah.
Like, straight up, that feels like 4 years ago. That one feels more removed than Roxanne's Beauty
the video
Saloon.
on YouTube, we premiered it at my house with the whole cast. They were all at our house.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wow, crazy.
And I oh my gosh, I literally came after volleyball. Like, I left early to come and, like, set up. Wow, that was crazy.
Wow.
That's weird.
Did we film,
okay, sorry,
another thing I want to add to that? We filmed my windbreaker thing this year. That feels like it was filmed 3 years ago. We filmed that, me, you, and Nadia filmed that in February.
And then we got Osmos.
Yeah.
For dinner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, great, guys.
That's crazy.
Literally, so basically just January
insane.
through March was like a fever dream.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was one of my best memories. It's just, yeah. I have a lot though.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. Same with like all like I feel like we really did a lot of fun things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for this, my favorite memory is, okay, so this is random, but we got a mirror from a friend that was moving,
mm-hmm.
like one of my dad's friends. He was moving houses and he had a huge mirror and he's like, hey, I don't want to throw it out because it would be a waste, but he's not going to bring it into his house because it's smaller. So then he gave it to us, and like I was like, okay, and like we were like kidding around about putting it in my room with my sister, like our room, and like we were kind of waiting on our brothers to do it because like whatever, they're stronger and like they have more experience with this stuff. And then I was really stressing about my math one of my math tests, and I was like, after I finished it, because like that whole math course was so stressful, like I had no idea what grade I was gonna get. The first test I literally failed. And then the second test I got an 80, so it's like clearly I have no idea what's going on in this course. And I kid you not, and that was the Monday, I had the test the Monday after school got canceled for COVID, because they released an email on Friday saying that officially Monday is closing.
Mm.
So like that was my first like online test experience. I kid you not, I get up after writing that exam, I walk into the living room and I'm like Tato, like my dad, and Vida was like, we're putting up this mirror. And we literally just went and just put up this huge mirror. Like, it literally goes from, like, almost my floor to almost my ceiling. It's this huge thing. It opened our room so much, like, it opened it up so much more because it's a pretty small room and, like, it's 2 people living in it. So it's all right. Like, for one person, it would be kind of tight. With 2 people, it's very tight. And then it just completely opened up the entire room. And also just the fact that I was like, you know what? If I want this mirror up in my room, I have to make sure that I'm ready to do it, and I just did it, you know. I screwed it all in. Wow. We like moved everything. We moved the mirror. It was really cool.
I love that.
So that was definitely yeah.
Oh, I also want to give another honorable mention shout that I had another great memory. I had so much fun. First of all, at your birthday party, because I think that was like the first kind of event where like the core, like my core, like all my close friends, I think that was the first time we got together in person, like all of us, because we could in the back outside with like a limited amount, right? So that was like kind of like reuniting. It was like oh my gosh, we haven't seen each other all in like person. Like I think that was the first kind of thing we did. And then also another huge show. I also had so much fun that it was Nastia's actual birthday when we went to go get bubble tea together. Do you remember that? That night I just had a blast. Like me, you, Steph, Nastia, Nadia, Mel, and Yelena, we went to go get bubble tea. Then we had this whole experience at McDonald's, which we've talked about before, where Roxanne cackled in the drive-thru thing. And then we went and spent.
Nadia saw 2 moons.
No, oh my god, Nadia got moon, yeah. And then we went and like spent like till like 2 a.m. at like in Nastia and Steph's backyard. I had so much fun that night. I just realized. Yeah. And also, actually,
that was a crazy night.
Nastia's birthday, her actual birthday party as well, was so much fun.
Like that was hilarious too. Also from like having to keep her in your house, I was like, we're just hanging out, you know, because they had to like set up or whatever because it was a surprise.
Yeah, that night was so much fun too. Because again, it was like. Even more people, not even more, but like, you know, in the limits, where like everyone, like literally that was like the time like I saw everyone, right? Well, like everyone, all my close friends, so it was like really fun to be like back together for a bit. So yeah, those are some fun memories too.
Yeah, those are iconic.
Wow, so many.
Literally, it was like, and the thing is, it's like even though, a lot of it was like very like smaller and like more low key. It's like they were all still just as much fun, you know, as like back in the day. Obviously, like with more people, it'd be a different kind of fun, but it was still
so
like
much fun,
we managed.
Yeah, we had to like discuss, find new things to do too, and have fun this year. That was the time.
Okay, we're getting a little bit into the stranger questions. Okay, so this one's not strange. It's just like it's the transitional one.
Yeah.
So. What color would you describe 2020? as, like, for you, like, personally, not for the world, for you.
Wow, this is a good question. Holy smokes,
it's a deep question.
Yeah, jeez. Okay, let me think. You know, I would describe it as, I don't know the exact name of the color, but like a blue-gray. Whatever that color is, like a blue-gray. I'll try to find what I mean and post a pic on screen right now for you guys. I would do it, I would put it a bluish gray, and here's my thinking behind that. Wait, no. Wait, I don't know, actually know it. Okay, like a blue-gray. I'm gonna say blue-gray. Okay. I'm gonna say like this bluish gray color. Kinda, because I think it was kind of like, this whole year it kind of felt like, I'm gonna explain it like this. I'm gonna sound insane. But like it was like a cloudy year. Like it just felt like the sun was hidden behind clouds all year. But I do think you know what? I'm gonna do a blue-gray with a little bit of glimmers. So like there's a little
You're just going ham.
I'm creating my own color right here, right now. Yeah. I'm like losing my mind.
Damn.
No, I'd say overall like this bluish gray. I'm thinking of like an exact pencil point in my head, but this bluish gray color, because it was a pretty like gloomy. There we go. Pretty gloomy year, I would say overall. But the little glimmers of the shine in there, little sparkles, I think were like little tidbits, little sprinkles of like good memories and a lot of learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. In theory, it makes sense.
You guys know what I mean, right?
So for me, like that's kind of like similar thinking of my color, but my color is completely opposite. Mine's orange. Like not a neon orange, but a bright orange, like not a deep one, a bright one, because when I think of like that exact shade that I'm thinking of, I think of like it was just intense. The entire it was like with everything going on, it's like there was like very highs and very big lows. It's like I was able, like this, I'd say this year more than any other year, I've been able to like step back and see all the things that I have, that I am grateful for. I just don't bring into my conscious mind. You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Like for example, like, yeah, and then like obviously there's like really bad lows, but I'm still like it's like I was able to still feel really big highs too. Like for example, like I didn't get into teachers college, and that was like earth shattering for me for like 24 hours, but then still getting over that was like I was surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like. I think it's kind of like also shocking. Like an orange is kind of like it's like a wow thing.
Wow. That's good.
I would say orange, and I hate the color orange, so I would never just do it because I like the color. Yeah. So it's like, so it's like maybe not. I just think orange is because it's very intense. It was a very intense year. Like even though when we did see each other, we had a lot of fun, even like online, like with like all our online gaming and stuff. Check out our Among Us. And then like even with that, it's like obviously there's a lot of like depression of like being at home all the time and like not knowing what's gonna happen with the world and everything like that, so that's probably what I would say.
Yeah. So, well, that's good. Then my bluish gray with sparkles. But my 2021 is simpler. My 2021 would be just yellow. I think yellow is like hopeful.
We just started.
I know.
We just started. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Check back. Ask that question again. Remember that one? Ask it in a year from now, and we'll see if it still remains yellow.
Okay.
But I'm very hopeful.
Will do. Okay. So this one's kind of funny. This one's a silly one. Okay. So after our guessing the 50 states video, check it out if you haven't.
That's my favorites.
Do you think you could name 10 states right now?
Yes, I think I can. Can you? Like, what do you mean? Just name them? Yeah. But, like, can we label 10 states correctly? Which is...
No, name. Like, 10 states.
Name, yeah. Label? I don't know.
Texas, Florida, New York, Washington, California, Michigan, Nevada, Colorado. Oh, okay, after the election, I can name a lot,
true,
actually.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but do you think you could get...
Like, label?
Do you think you get 30?
30?
Do you
Do
think you could name 30 states correctly?
Could.
And I'm saying, like, without having a single fake one.
I think I could. Should we test it?
Yeah?
Okay, I'm gonna try. Okay. I think I can. Ooh, that's a lot. That's margin of error.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up the 50 states on my computer.
Margin of error is 20.
If you get one wrong, you're out.
Okay.
Okay? Wait, what did you say? Margin of error is 20?
Well, like, I only, like, there's 20 I'm not including, right? So, that's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I can.
Okay, let's do it live.
Oh, shoot.
I'm
gonna get cities mixed up with states, aren't I? That's a
yeah.
trick.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was saying I can't.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this. Go.
Okay. Alaska. Hawaii.
Okay.
California.
Okay. Yeah.
Texas. Florida.
Okay.
New York.
Okay. Okay.
Washington.
Okay.
Illinois. Oh shoot, I'm not even gonna make 10.
Yeah.
Idaho. Vermont.
Yeah. Hold up. Let me fact check.
Yeah, there.
Okay.
North Carolina, South Carolina, North Dakota, South Dakota. Utah.
You got lucky there. Yeah.
Oh shoot, what was the one beside Utah?
Like
New Mexico.
How do you remember where they are?
I don't remember where they are.
Okay, New Mexico, go.
I remember them.
You just said which is the one right next to it.
Oh yeah, because I remember this specifically from our video. I don't know why. That they were beside each other. It shocked me. Oh shoot, I don't remember what I said. Can I ask if I said one? Did I say Colorado?
No, you didn't.
Okay, Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, which one's the Kentucky?
Looking at the
Louisiana. New Jersey. Okay, that's
looking at the list, it's so easy. Okay, sorry, New Jersey.
That's
yeah, okay.
20. Oh my god. Rhode Island.
You're at 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh frick. I don't. Wisconsin. Michigan.
The cheese state.
Okay. Oh, it's all those freaking tiny ones on the right there, and a couple of south ones. Oh shoot, that wasn't a state. Tennessee. You're only 10 I see.
Hold up. Yeah, okay.
Oh my god, 6 more! Oh no! Oh, I don't remember the left side, and I don't remember all the freaking tiny right side. New Hampshire. Oh, frick! That's one, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, 5 more? No!
Looking at the list, they're so obvious, but then, like, off the top of my head...
It's so hard. Did I say Ohio? I don't think I did, right?
You didn't. It's a swing state. You didn't.
Oh, frick! Oh, Massachusetts.
First of all, that's not how you say it. Maybe in 2021 you'll get it.
I almost said Boston, and I was like,
but
no.
yes.
Okay. Oh, no. Connecticut. Did I say Connecticut?
You didn't say it, but it is a state.
Oh my god, 2 more. Oh, freak, I don't know. Oh. Did I get all the south ones? I said Tennessee, I said Louisiana, Kentucky. Oh, there was one that had like a... No, West Virginia. Oh, where the one? Wait, the one I went to. Pennsylvania.
Why can't I find this one?
It's
Okay, you got it.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, I'm actually shocked. That was so much harder than I thought. Holy smokes! And
if I had like time and be able to write it down to like remember what I said, I could probably pull out 30.
That's so funny.
I don't know.
Oh my god! But literally it ends there. It like there's no way there's 20 more states than what I just listed. What did I miss?
No, you forgot Alabama.
Oh, Arkansas. Yeah.
And Kansas.
Oh, Kansas. Oh, I thought of that one. I didn't say it.
Arkansas and then Kansas. Mm-hmm. Side note, that's mental. Georgia, you forgot Georgia.
Of course.
That's an easy one. Missouri.
Oh yeah,
Missouri.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not Mississippi's the river.
No. You got the Dakotas. You got that.
It's a bunch of ones on.
Those are pretty much the main ones. Montana. We could have known Montana.
That's right. Montana Steakhouse.
And did you get Minnesota?
No.
No. You got Michigan
I forgot
and Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Say it.
Okay, wow.
Do you know how to say Massachusetts?
Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
Massa? Nope. Massachusetts.
Nope. Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, guys, come back in 2020, at the end of 2021, maybe Victor will learn how to say Massachusetts.
Yeah, maybe. Wow.
Okay. What's next on the list? Okay. So, okay, this is a question. Which celebrity would you go skating with?
Gosh. See, I feel like this can go so many different angles, you know? Like...
Exactly.
Oh, man. What celebrities are we into? Can I take 7? A band?
You're going on one. You're going with one celebrity.
See, like, the thing, like, I can either play it at... See, this is, like, hypothetical, right? Because I don't think I would ever be able to go one-on-one skating with any celebrity without, like, dying on the inside. But, I don't know. Okay, who's your answer? Oh, wait.
Me, probably Harry Styles.
Okay. Isn't he Justin Bieber?
Yeah. I feel like he's just, like a fun guy. No.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber's married. Harry Styles, I could try to hold his hand. You know? Maybe a little flirt, you know? You never know. I could make him laugh, maybe. That's all I got.
Guys, it's 2021.
Show off my hockey skates.
2021, let's get Harry Styles on the podcast. Manifest that. We're manifesting it.
Got this. We got
We
this.
should actually shoot him a DM. Do a test. See if he gets back.
If he's willing to hold hands with me while we go skating.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. I don't know. This is so hard. Because, like, I feel like I can, like, just pick a celebrity I like, or do I want to pick, like, a celebrity that, like, I think I could have a really cool conversation with, you know what I'm saying? Like, which angle do we take? Oh.
That's why I chose Harry Styles.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like an intelligent man, and a fun man, and a good-looking man. He's like you, but man form.
No, what? I'll take that as a compliment. I'll take that. Oh, also, he had a great musical career this 2020.
Yeah,
Huge shout out. Oh
yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so hard. I know this one you mentioned to me yesterday, and I even thought about it, and I was like, I don't know. Okay, you know what? Okay. Oh, I don't know. Okay, you know what? I'd go. Okay, you know what? Fine, I'll say this for now. I would go with Suga or Yoongi from BTS. Because he dropped an amazing album this year, which I think is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's in my list. And I don't know, I just love to talk to him about music. Although I think there might be a little bit of a language barrier, but I think he does understand a lot of English. So there might be a communication barrier, but it'll just be so cool to just kind of speak and, like, be in the presence of someone from my favorite band.
So if I release an album, you would want to go skating with me?
Depends if I thought
music,
about
right?
if it was one of the best albums of all time.
If I named it Roxanne, it would have to be the best album of all time, right?
You know, another huge shout would be? Yes, of course. Also a huge shout, because I love him. But I would want to go with all 7 members, which I know is a cheat. So, you know, maybe we'll save that. But Emma Chamberlain, that is someone I would love to just have a conversation with. I think she's so cool. I love her YouTube videos. Don't know her, but love her.
Do you love my YouTube videos? Do you think I'm cool?
Yes, of course. That realistically would just be a business meeting to hopefully get her to replace you, and
I believe it.
But yeah, that's my answers, I think.
That's a good answer.
That's hard.
Those are some good answers. Okay. So this is a question I told you about yesterday too. Which celebrity would you want to go up to and just tell them, you know, you're doing a great job. You know, just give them a good little thing, being like, I think you're doing swell.
Okay.
Big fan, and like just kind of walk away. But like instead of fangirling, just being like, you know, straight up like.
I forgot about this one.
Doing good.
You told me this one. So I think I would switch it. I'd go skating with Emma Chamberlain because I think that'd be so much fun. And then I would switch this one to BTS. Or if you need one person, I'd specifically tell Yoongi, I don't know what to address him as, that I think that his D2 album is a piece of art. That's what. So I'll switch it to that.
I'll take it.
How about you?
Okay, for me, I told you the answer. So it's Dua Lipa. Now there's no real thought process behind it. I just feel like she's just doing so well, you know? Like, she's just making her music.
Yeah.
Doing her thing. And it's just kind of crazy, you know? Like, imagine having a name like Dua Lipa. Like, that's her born name. Like, she was given it at birth. Imagine it not becoming a pop star. I could never.
Yeah.
So just like, she's doing a good job. She's writing some good tunes.
I have no issues with her.
Like, she's pretty new, but she's written some good tunes, you know? And I just love to be like, you know what? You keep going.
Did you know that apparently this is, like, weird. Did you know she was British? Like, right off the bat?
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah, same.
And she's like Bulgarian or Romanian or
Armenian.
something, too.
I just watched her,
Armenian.
The Wired autocomplete interview, literally a couple days ago. Love those.
Yeah, and she was British. I saw, like, her talk one time, and she had an accent.
I knew right off the bat.
Nice.
Literally, my brother found this out, like, 2 weeks ago, that she was British. And then I was talking to Nastya on her stream, and then Augustus was like, did you know she was British? And she's like, no, I didn't know for a while. And I was like, what? How does no one know she's British right off the bat? I don't know.
Yeah. It's freaking Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
Come on. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, so this one's the randomest question.
I don't know what to expect.
Okay. So looking at 2020 you. Okay, like, so looking at yourself.
Yeah.
What dairy product would describe you best? And I'm talking like milk, cream, cheese. I'm not talking about specific, like, no oat milk, no almond milk.
Yeah.
We're talking
What dairy product would describe
like
you?
so we got solid cheese, we got liquid cheese.
Yeah.
We got
yogurt,
cottage cheese, yogurt, milk, cream, heavy cream, whipping cream.
I think I know your answer.
Sour cream, and let's say powdered cheese.
Okay.
You know, like shredded. You know, like hard. I guess that's hard cheese. Yeah.
Oh, can I? Oh, can I be kind of specific?
Or butter. Yeah.
And didn't even butter reserve. Okay, I'm maybe kind of specific. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say string cheese. Like, you know, the stick of cheese that you would pull.
No, I know what string cheese is. My beef with it is why string cheese.
Because here's the thing, you know, in the string cheese, what were they called? What was the brand called that everyone had as snacks back in the day?
String cheese.
Yeah, but it was a name. What the heck was the name? It's gonna come cheese it? No, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Like the cheese string man.
Cheese.
Remember the cheese man?
Yeah, I think it's cheese strings.
It was just cheese strings? Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was like there's a name for it.
No. The brand was probably like Kraft or something.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, the string cheese.
Yeah, strings. Yeah, cheese strings.
Oh, just cheese strings. Okay.
Wait. So no, wait. You were right. You were right.
Right? Like
it is.
Cheese man. I remember the commercials.
Cheese. No. I lied straight to you. Okay. I'm looking at the Italian one, and it said something weird. But yeah, cheese strings.
Okay, so I would say cheese strings because, you know, if I was the cheese string, and you know you can pull the arms, and you make like little arms and legs with the little guy, or you can just make him like a crazy hair. So I would say I'm cheese string because I feel like in 2020 I tried a bunch of new things, like despite being at home. So like I'd say each cheese string like kind of stood for a different thing I tried. Like I tried different avenues, you know. I still did school, but you know I tried different things with editing. I tried my bit of embroidery and art area. I tried to do TikTok for a bit. You know, I feel like, you know, each of those cheese strings, it's like, it's all me, and it's all skills or, you know, not skills that are within me, but, you know, I'm trying new, you know, I'm peeling away layers, I'm finding layers, I'm testing out, you know, but, like, at the end of the day, I'm still a bit of a boring stick of cheese, which is me, and I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that.
I believe it.
That. You know,
I believe it.
Okay. I'd say a cheese string.
Yeah. But okay, before I answer mine, what do you think I'm gonna say?
Cream.
close. I'd say sour cream.
Oh, okay.
And here's why. Here's why. Because to those who love me, I am the tastiest thing on this planet. So, for example, I love sour cream. I can eat it with anything, and it will taste phenomenal. But to those not around me, or maybe who have never tasted me, or have not acquired a taste, not the biggest fans, not grabbing after me. You know, that I'm a afterthought, which is fine by me. You know, and I love my sour cream. I love myself. And what can I say? I just feel like I'm a little tangy, but tasty. Also a staple in Ukrainian households.
Oh my gosh, that was so well, like...
That's what I'd say.
Like that was like a speech for like you to become like prime minister. Like, and I'm sold. Get me to the ballot.
Vote Roxanne, 2021.
That was amazing.
But yeah, that's kind of how I felt, right? What you could see me as sour cream.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, yeah.
You know, it's kind of like those. Like, I know not everyone's a fan of sour cream, but the ones who are really, really do love it. So, and then, so that was the last question. But one more question: do you have a crush on me?
And that's it for the podcast, guys. Remember.
But yeah, no, that's all. So that's all the questions for today. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about you yet. We'll find out in 2021. Ask me again at the end of 2021, Victor.
Yeah, I'll have an answer for you in a year.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, that was our 2020 wrap up / 2021 party. Woo!
You are no longer the artistic director of this.
No.
Of your planner. You're not the planner of our podcast anymore.
No, I'm canceled. But
yeah, so it's just me.
Yeah. Fair. See, I'll just leave the Zoom call. I'm kidding. I love that message that you left in the last podcast when I went upstairs. How you were telling people to say if you're Team Roxanne or Team Vic.
Did anyone do it?
No. They love us both. You know, we don't pick sides here. We support everyone. Love them.
Disgusting. I'm kidding. This is a feud. This podcast is a feud.
Yeah. We're hitting up, we started off 2021 strong with this podcast. Hopefully we'll have, some more fun videos or whatever. Oh, I have a side note. Remind me to tell you about another idea I had for a video. We'll see what we can do in these times this lockdown. But it's okay. We'll make it work.
And those of you who are waiting on another episode of Roxanne's Beauty Salon, don't worry. As soon as lockdown eases up, whenever that happens, we are planning on it. So don't fret.
Immediately.
Yeah, so don't fret. It is on our schedule books. We didn't forget about our Roxanne Beauty Salon fans. Just wanted to let everyone know. I don't know if anyone will listen.
Yeah,
I'll listen to the end after hearing those questions that I asked. But
they logged off at my blue-gray explanation. They're like, yeah, this is it. This
isn't it.
I don't know. But yeah, we got a customer lined up, so don't worry. It's coming after lockdown. Just gotta be patient.
Stay tuned for more 2021 content. We've been coming up with great ideas. Like, literally, they're phenomenal. They're gonna be so much fun to watch, fun to film.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, and we're getting some more tech in the studio, so get ready for that too.
Excited.
Hopefully this year will be our year of tech.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have overcome many tech issues, and we will pull through this year.
Yes.
Believe in us.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Join us on our journey.
Thank you guys so much for listening, and we hope you have a great 2021, and we hope that 2021 is more positive and hopeful and all that fun stuff. And we hope to see you soon. But remember, kids, don't do too much.